Yesterday we built up the bougiest Argon 18 grey matter you could possibly have, and it's going to be my first time ever riding Campag. We are joining the Stone Circle's route. It's their Jester route, which is an 80-kilometre gravel route around Stonehenge and the Salisbury Plains. And I'm going to be riding Campag for the first time for 80 kilometres. There's a really good way to test it out, I think. But it should be a great route. Weather's out, lots of people. I'm going to get dropped. Date, almond and sea salt.
That is also...
This is the best of the flavours. And cinnamon is a funny word to say. Cinnamon. Bye, Dad.
Love you. Love you. Yay. Bye.
You keep going, it will move.
Look, we don't call it a technical 1 out of 5. It's got to have something.
Oh yeah, otherwise it's a naught, right? I've ridden literally 3 kilometres and it's taking a bit of brain power to know the different shifting of the Campag group set. It is noticeably different to what I'm used to. Obviously I've been riding Schwalbe a long time, and no longer working with them has meant I could try other stuff, which is quite cool. But first thing I've noticed is I keep wanting to shift on the brake, so the lever for braking doesn't move, and you've got an actual shifter internally that does move. And I keep wanting to shift on the brake, which is just my brain not used to it really. And then you've got the thumb tab, which makes it harder, the little internal one, which makes it easier. Thumb tab is a harder gear, that one there. It's actually really nice ergonomically. And then this bit here is easier. So it's quite a bit to get used to, get my head around. The braking is incredible. The brakes are actually ridiculously responsive. But yeah, we're like 3 and a bit K in. Good group. I'm at the back. Need to catch up.
Hey, Hawley.
Yes, sir.
It's that one.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You probably didn't notice me. I'm in the camo gear, but
Can't see you.
This is gravel.
This is gravel. Good gravel. That's cool. There's quite a lot of single track to start with, and then some bits on some roads, and then you come to just this, which is gravel heaven, right? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful stuff. Campag, brakes are incredible. The brakes, honestly, I think they're the best brakes I think I've used. Works, does what it needs to. It looks cool, nice and cool and dusty now.
Some events have medic support. We go above and beyond with our medic support.
I mean, that is an upgrade from the Range Rover, isn't it? This is the apple, cinnamon and caramel Styrkr bar 50.
Snap. Eating the same.
We're on.
Onwards to the next stop.
Yeah, we got told off by serious people with tanks. It's all good. And you say it says no cycling, but it actually just says cycling. There's no cross in it. What'd you say?
Some hard noises. Can't see anything.
I know, you can't see anything. I mean, even Dave's in camo.
yeah. When we do the Stone Circle, there's going to be some tank and army manoeuvres, but obviously today there's not, which is really handy. So we can do the recce free of all of that traffic. So just watch out on the day for any tanks or vehicles that might come from!
The military police saying no.
The computer says no, the military police say no. Which is fine, like they've got to do a job.
Yeah.
We're just out on a bike ride, aren't we?
Saves everyone getting squished by a Challenger too.
I think I would come off worse.
Giving it some mountain bike skills. A henge, it's a circle.
Hence you have Woodhenge,
Woodhenge, Stonehenge,
Haribo-henge,
Haribo-henge,
Styrkr-henge. That actually sounds like pretty legit, doesn't it?
Riley-henge,
Riley-henge, Argon-henge.
Argon-henge.
Basically, we've learned that henge is a circle of something.
A circular enclosure that is big enough to, like, you know, bigger than a person.
So that's a wood henge over there, but there is actually a wood henge, isn't there?
It is literally a wood henge. It's not as famous as Stonehenge because the wood has mostly disappeared because it's made of wood. But there are bits of it left, kind of.
There's a sea henge. It's fun riding next to a car. I feel like you guys have got the easy job.
I'm a hard worker.
You are a hard-working individual. So am I right now. Working really hard. 100 watts. Oh, I've been dropped. Oh, it's bloody delicious. Oh, what a bastard. Just to say, this is alcohol-free. Kids, don't drink and drive. You can stoke and gravel. Have you just smuggled a bicyclist in the back? Very good, very nice.
How's it going, sir?
Yeah, this little wood section is stunning. We've seen Stonehenge. I've learned what a henge is.
Henge has started losing its meaning to me now. It's just one of those words that doesn't sound like a word. Henge.
Hedge.
I'm feeling a bit henge now.
Circle of stuff. I talk to goats regularly where I live. Does it help with the wind? The muffler. Is that where, is it called a muffler? It is. Where we got told off by the tank men is very, very good, very fun, nice and wide, lovely gravel. That bit during the event, because we'll be allowed to ride it, of course, will be bellissimo. A little bit of time now back on the road, which just breaks up the gravel a little bit, speeds up your average speed, and they're quiet lanes, so it's actually quite nice. It'll be a bit of a mixed alternative route, which will combine a bit of the rebel route, so one of the other routes that are out there as well. So we're tying up a bit of the jester, a bit of the rebel, and I think part of the bastard as well. So there's the 3 different routes, 80 odd K, 150 odd K, 220 K. 3 different routes, very, very good.
It's a brutal part of the ride because you see all the hills you're about to climb for a good 10 minutes before you climb them, so the fear sets in.
Is that those ones there?
That's those ones there. They're not mountains, but I won't lie, they are hills.
Do a skid. I think I could be a Campag man. Quite like it. The brake is the brakes. The brakes are amazing. I think we'll go for a swim. We've got a dusty face.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit dusty.
A little bit dust. A little bit dust. No foot things. Not fucking OnlyFans.
Oh wow,
Jack.
look at this mallard and his duck feet. You can't show those bad boys.
Oh, that is fresh. Jeez, my feet are freezing. If you do the jester route, you can pull your feet off in this really freaking cold water.
You can even have a river sandwich.
You lovely humans.
Time to get back on the road.
Time. That was very loud. Time to get back on the road.
Enjoyed your swim?
Lovely swim. Gotta go ride that way now. See you in a bit. We're bailing.
We're bailing. The pool, the stream, the food, it was too good, and we're not in the mood to get back at 8 PM. So while...
I've got to drive home and it's like a 4-hour drive, mate.
Well, for safety,
Yeah.
Basically, because of you and only you, Chris, we're going to bail for your own well-being. Rebel,
That
Jester.
way,
On that gravel track is Rebel, following it to the right is Jester.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wowee. Wow. Wow. And we are pretty much back now. An exceptional day out. 80 odd K, we did a bit of a mixing it up as well because of wanted to cover a bit of the other route. What a fantastic day to ride a bike. Definitely go and check out Stone Circle and hopefully maybe see you there. You could be a jester, a rebel, or a bastard.
That's the Michael phone.
That was lovely. Really good. Nice to It's nice because those bits that I recognise from previous editions as well.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's been a really lovely mix of wide fire roads, so which the military use, which is super lovely to ride on. Some nice little single track stuff, some sort of technical but not overly technical bits, perfectly reasonable to ride. There's a bit of a mix of adding some road onto that as well. So if you're worried about the average speed, you can get your average speed up on the road, which is really, really good in my opinion. Go through loads of little small towns and villages where there's opportunities to stop in shops and stuff like that. For me, the best bit is the big fire roads. They're just really cool. Being honest, they're really cool. You don't often see things like that in the UK, so it's quite nice to ride on. Bike wise, I think if you're thinking about doing this, 45mm tyre will be perfect. You'd be fine on a 40, but if you could fit a 45 on, great. It doesn't need to be like a muddy tyre. Something with a bit of grip will be good. So I'm running Schwalbe's G1R Pro at 45mm, and they were absolutely perfect. I would say for the bits through road, it would be if you've not ridden much kind of gravelly stuff. There's some bits that are a bit technical, but there's no harm in walking it. You could walk it if you're not too confident on it. But ultimately, I think actually a really lovely ride out. Thank you, Styrkr, and we'll see you for the real one. First ride on Campag YOLO, Campag. I don't actually know the correct way to pronounce it. I've never even shifted it on someone else's bike, so it's been a bit interesting. This bike, it's my Argon 18 grey matter, so it's the entry frame. We built this up at Saddleback with a few adjustments and changes from how I'd had it previously. It's the third time it's been rebuilt. Enve forks on it. The forks are the adventure forks, which are super wide, and you can run dynamo cable internally on that. Enve in-route stem, Chris King headset, which allows us to fully integrate all the cabling on it. Enve seat post, which is one I own, which is a very old one, and I thought it was cool. And then AG25 wheels, which are Enve's gravel wheels, but with Campag you have to change the free hub on that because they have their own specific free hub. The bars are the gravel bars which I had in here previously. The group set is Campag Eyewear GT. So it's the second generation of their gravel group sets. The first generation is just called Eyewear. The first generation is more carbony. The gear ratios on the first generation aren't as wide as the second generation one, I would say. This one has got a 42 chainring on the front and I think it's a 9 to 48 on the back, something like that. So it's quite a wide range, but that 9, like that means you can hold speed up quite well with a 42 chainring on the front. The GT is not quite as premium in terms of how it's made. The Eyewear version is lots of carbon fibre, while the GT is more aluminium parts in it, which is fine. I think actually rides fantastically well. Initial feedbacks, brakes are incredible. I would argue potentially the best brakes I've had on a bike, to be honest with you. Really impressed with the braking. It's the modulation of them which is really nice. The shifting takes a bit of time to get used to. You've got the thumb tab and then this sort of lever here. My issues with the lever is I would keep going to press what is the brake as opposed to the lever. So that took a bit of adjustment. And my issue with the thumb tab, although I do quite like it, is that when you're riding on the hoods, you have to then pull your hand back to shift. So that's, to me, I'd rather just have my hands there the whole time instead of having to do, like I can't, that becomes a bit more of a thing to do. You have to move your hand around. When you're riding off-road, it's a bit rough. It's a little bit annoying. On the drops, fantastic that works great. So on the drops is really nice, but on the hoods, the harder gear is a bit more of a motion to move your hand back to it. That's my only real thing really in the shifting on it. In terms of how it shifts, like it's got a deaf-bind clunk, but it's quite nice because you know it's in gear. I think it's actually a very beautiful group set. It's very ergonomic. The shifter shape, the hoods is very nice. The way that the lever is shaped for braking, it's fantastic. Really nice. I'm generally pretty damn impressed with it. I really didn't know what to expect and I'm pleasantly surprised, I would say. What ended up being about 75k of gravel we rode, this bike was really good. It does need a clean though, it's freaking dusty. Bring out an electric version. This is an electronic group set I think could be really good. Back again here, 27th to 29th of June to ride the bastard route.